was just better and annoying. So Nigma, I'm hoping at least that they're going to be refreshed and reset for this one, because Secret are on the way to another 3-0 here, Lizard.
Man, like the first game you lose because of refresher Aghanim Slona that you were pretty good at, right? You were winning the first game. You had everything. You have the cheese, you have the Aegis, you still lose. Second game, you have the cheese, you have the Aegis, it doesn't work. You get then cheese, Aegis, refresher, it doesn't work. Then you get the Aghanim Slona, it doesn't work. Then you get another refresher and another cheese and it doesn't work. I don't know.
Refreshers and Aegis all the way down to a big L, unfortunately, for Nigma. Incredible play by Team Secret, for sure. And our draft, I don't even know where to go at this point. I mean, how much of these puppy heroes can you really pay attention? Do you just ban the Weaver and the Puck?
Oh, man, do you? Then you leave him. So let's remember, before the Puck and the Weaver, he used to play Bane, right? And he would create so much space on that safe lane with the Bane, just zone out anyone. No, they ban out the Kunkka. It's like, can you really ban out position 5 heroes and focus on that?
I mean, the only thing I can say is that it feels like their game plan is so heavily predicated around those 2 heroes, and like the way he can creep cut, and like at least when he plays the Ench, he is not able to be as involved when he does the exact same thing, because that's what he's been doing a lot of this tournament too. But
and you can't really help out the team fights later on as much, right? The Puck eventually with Dreamco lags does so much, and same with that Weaver. Once he gets the Aghanims, it's a different game completely. Enchantress, I guess you're annoying the whole time, but you're never really impacting the game that much, at least.
Well, they have gone a different way. They're just going complete, like, the signature cores of Team Secret here, right? That's like the 4 of them. We've same bands as last game. We've replaced the Luna band with a Morphling band.
Don't you go Void Spirit Weaver here again, or?
10 seconds.
Let's see. Void Spirit Weaver. What else? Puck is still in the pool.
Yeah, it was Nigma's choice here. Coming into game 3, they chose second pick, and Secret chose Dire. And there it is indeed.
Listen, if you're Nigma, pick Puck and Weaver right now.
Genius.
Easy. Put the Weaver on your position 1 in offlane, or offlane, doesn't matter. Puck, whoever can play it. Or Copelamber, right? Is it?
Yeah, spirit.
It is.
Okay, so this is really the first combo they've gotten. They had Ember Grimstroke, that's okay. They had Wind Ranger and Phoenix. Not really any synergy necessarily. Like, good heroes. I mean, there's some synergy between Grimstroke and Ember, of course, but not the same as the Coddle Ember.
10 seconds.
Yeah, this time around they do have one of those combos that really dominate the laning stage as well. Later on, it's pretty strong too. Ember always does need a little bit extra mana, so Keeper of the Light is definitely good there. GH will be able to outspam those lanes constantly, and when GH came to the scene, it was with the Kotl, right? It was the Earthshaker, Keeper of the Light, and a couple of other heroes. Wisp, let's say. Okay, there we go, the Puck.
Yeah, same thing, right? Between the Weaver and the Puck. And now again, they show the Ember, so they take the Puck. Probably the Necrophos ban again, I feel like, from Nigma too. Just with the Ember and potential to just kind of like play a faster game.
It's so good, but they didn't ban out the Morphling this time around on Nigma. I think that's a pretty big difference. Now you don't have to worry about that E-Blade and the hero that's just gonna turn into the Ember and blow you up, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes it a lot nicer for them, and they will get rid of that other combo in the Grimstroke.
Yeah, we were discussing in the first game, we were actually discussing the Kotl and Grimstroke synergy, but it looks like Team Secret definitely don't think it's strong enough. Plus, you have a Puck and a Void Spirit. I really hate playing against the Grimstroke.
Yeah, they tried to get the IO too, which makes sense why they went with the Grim first, and then made sure they could get like the players on the right heroes. They probably just didn't want like the Kuro, Coddle, and the GH IO or whatever. Kuro preferring the Inkswell plays.
Radiant team.
And there's the Necros ban as
the Necro ban, yeah.
So it should be a Kuro hero here, right?
Yep. position 5 next coming up most likely. I don't think that Wind Ranger is really that great here.
Yeah, I guess
versus
like the
Puck
phase
and the Void
shift.
Spirit. Yeah, it's not that great, but if he likes playing it, maybe he'll just go for it. It does contribute a lot to the team. In that last game though, it didn't really
10
feel that
seconds
great.
remaining.
Is there any 5 that Kuro can play? Like sometimes he plays the 5 Nyx. I'm just trying to think what can
seconds
punish
remaining.
either Yules or phase shift, right?
The Nyx would
Like
be
one of those kind of ground
Turn
stuns would
to
be like
pick.
even a lion, but lion's just so ugh. So well, you talked about the puppy Bane.
Yeah, there you go. This means that they could also lane Bane. Let's see, actually. Ember Spirit can go anywhere. It can be mid, it can be safe lane, it can be played on offlane as well. But many times I've seen this. I've seen teams draft Bane and Kotl and still lane Bane and Ember just because Bane is so strong when it
10
comes to
seconds
zoning and
remaining.
playing on his own that he can pretty much give Ember the free
5
lane
seconds
and free
remaining.
experience as well. He doesn't have to leech at all, so that could be pretty good. But yeah, this Bane, they're trying to play some anti-Dota right here, like with the Bane pickup.
And they're trying to win some lanes, it feels like.
Yeah, just
right?
win some lanes, just brain sap constantly. Like, I hate this hero so much. I love when I'm playing Bane, but I hate playing against Bane so much. It's
Is there any merit to moving Yapsor off of the Void Spirit for like a Rubik or something here? I feel like I just see Yapsor play the. Oh, okay. Well, it's a different way. Oh, what is happening here? My God, what is Puppy doing?
It doesn't have to be a different way, right? Probably is. Probably Puppy can play.
Oh,
that
you're
Chen.
right. It could be
Yeah,
the
but
side
it
Chen.
it can be the offlane Chen as well. That's played quite a lot right now.
Yeah.
And when you're playing versus a Bane and a Kotl, okay, Keeper of the Light can do
10
well versus all the
seconds
beasts, but it also depends on the way he skill builds, right?
5 seconds remaining.
There have been some Kotl players right now that max the Illuminate, but you'd still much rather have the Chakra and the second spell instead, the Blind.
Wow, I look forward to seeing who's going to be playing what here. Again, the mix-ups continue here from Team Secret. You never know what you're going to get. From Nigma, we assume this will be at least some sort of an MC hero, either like a potential flex, because they have the 10th pick, or just like a straight-up MC hero. The Queen of Pain's still in. That's like, you know, I guess Chen and Puck and Void Spirit, though. Like, Void Spirit tends to be a pretty good counter to the Queen.
Team Secrets.
Doesn't let her
turn to
Yule
pick.
save her all the time.
Underlord.
So that's a real MC hero.
That's a real MC hero. That's a hero that can stand in front of these towers and defend them, right? The Firestorm is pretty
Yeah.
good. But I think the big thing about this Underlord is the Pit of Malice. If he goes for the Pit of Malice and the Atos build, then suddenly this Puck really has a hard game. Same goes for the Void Spirit. So many
Yeah.
roots coming from
10
Nigma.
seconds remaining.
It makes me not want to make the Chen a core, too, because that's
Yeah.
like a pretty big counter in the Underlord,
5
I feel like.
seconds remaining.
But they do have options, right? You could still play, let's say, Puck 4, Void Spirit 3, and Chen 5.
Yep.
It's also a pretty decent option for them, so they're really flexible with their draft. Nigma, however, they're not as much. You can flex the lanes with Underlord and Ember Spirit, but you pretty much do see their supports, you know where they're going, and you know that they really need that win condition with their last pick.
Oh, one thing about Underlord is these big agi heroes get a lot weaker from the aura too. So heroes that can buy like plus damage are a lot more valuable than like your your big Luna builds or whatever, your TBs.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Morphling instantly, and it's been banned out by them, so
Yeah.
we won't see that. But Underlord being picked up quite strong for Nigma.
I'm not sure how I feel about a potential like big carry, like the AM or the Spectre or something here.
They go with
Yeah,
the
I
Ursa,
like this
actually.
better.
So
Yeah.
so they're literally instantly reacting to the laning stage. Your options were Ursa and Monkey King, and they go with the
Yeah,
Ursa
exactly.
versus the Underlord. It's so strong. The
I
thing
think-
is though.
At the start of the tournament, they were picking more Monkey King in the same situation, but I think with the way that like the
10
Battle Fury's
seconds
developing
remaining.
and everything, and just giving you that safety of the late game, they're not like as
5
all in
seconds
because they were just like diving towers and making people look like
Team
fools, like
Secrets
Monkey King and
turn
stuff, and just
back.
like fully pushing the game at a crazy pace. And they can do a lot of the same stuff with the Ursa, still get a safe lane, and still be fine late game.
Yeah, the only thing is, I think I did see Secret play the same kind of a draft as Nigma have got right now, and they would put Underlord, if they're playing versus an Ursa, they would just switch the Underlord and put him mid, let's say, and then he would have much of an easier lane. We'll see if Nigma actually adapts to that, or if they think they're strong enough versus the Ursa, but I just don't see that lane doing well. If you lane Underlord versus Ursa and Shen, or even Ursa Void Spirit, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be really hard to lane.
They're gonna cover themselves in the Meepo band just in case. It's Weehaw. And they have some Meepos of themselves, so they know when a game looks pretty good. And the Kunkka's gone. They banned the Queen of Pain, the Save for Heroes. I mean, I still go back to Death Prophet, but not really a hero that Secret's been playing a whole lot lately.
Remaining.
Like, it's just nice to think about, like, percent-based damage, right? And some tower push would be kind of nice with their lineup right now. Like, they have the Chen, but that's it.
The thing is, you were talking about these agile heroes. Another hero that kind of suffers versus Underlord is Visage, right? Because of the Crimson Guard that comes early on and the minus damage reduction. So because of that, maybe they can't go in that way. But Nigma might. Nigma could. And that would give them the tower pushing ability. And also, in the last series, it was Team Secret, but Underlord Zai queued up Aghanim's very early on. Because of that permanent... Yeah, it actually is shared with the birds. So you get a ton of damage coming from them, which is something that both of these teams could go for. The last pick. Let's see, Secret, they're really running low in time.
Tiny. Whoa.
Yeah,
okay, is that some cheeky snapping plays too? It's kind of cool.
It is, right? Yeah, you get the toss with the snap, which is cool, but I didn't expect that. I didn't see a lot of games, at least from Secret with Tiny.
Tinies that I've seen have been like, maybe if there's a Weaver or something, we've seen a couple Tiny picks come out. But they did pick it once versus Viking GG, just because there was a Broodmother though. Maybe that's what they could be worried about.
GG, yeah. It was actually versus the Brood. One game they won with Tiny. The other team that won versus them, I'm not certain if it's Secret, but versus their Brood was with Kunkka, right? The Kunkka mid or the Tiny mid. That's your two best heroes versus her. Do they play any Brood on Nigma though? It's not like we is the biggest Brood player. Miracle as well. They don't really like that hero too much. Okay.
Oh, there he is. So got banned game one. They were messing around with this hero for a little bit on Nigma, I feel, right? They had like several games where they were picking some green heroes. They picked Pugna a bunch, and they picked Necrophos, and they picked Viper, and this cosmetic freaks me out. The big flying bug Viper.
Yeah, it reminds me of some alien movie. I can't remember which one. Whatever. In any case, yeah, it's beautiful. It freaks me out as well. It freaks me out in the lane too. It's so strong, and we has been really strong on this Viper multiple times before in multiple series. So
okay, unless I'm crazy, they got a real problem here, right? Who is laning versus Viper?
Who is laning versus Ursa? Right? You have.
Yeah, that's true.
You kind of have a problem.
Everyone's messed up.
Yeah. So we is gonna have fun whoever he lanes against mid. I guess Nisha should be the one. Tiny can kind of do it, but it's not gonna be easy. Zai is playing the Chen, by the way, so it's the offlane Chen.
I just can't accept anyone but Puppy on this puck at this point. He's just too good. All right, what do we need from Nigma to not lose a third game in a row here? We need, I mean, the Viper's lane should go well. That's a check. I think the Underlord needs, like, some decent farm to start, right? He can't just be a big, like, punching bag for this Ursa.
It's the Underlord's lane, and that's pretty much it, because we should have a decent time here, as long as they shut down Nisha a little bit and he doesn't get that big timing on the Blink Dagger. If he even goes for Blink, we'll see, because some Tinies recently have gone straight into, you know, like, I'm gonna carry the game item build. Like some SNY into, even a Midas recently I have seen. So it's an opportunity, it's a possibility.
Well, I look forward to the answers here. As the Bear will try his luck on the side of Team Secret this time. A bit disappointing, I'm sure, for Nigma. Thanks to some rough stuff in the mid game there, losing their tempo. They're going to see if this Bear will not be in the circus.
Wait. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Look at Zai.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here, bud. That makes some... I mean, everyone else is going to have a bad time. Holy moly!
Yeah. Let's see if he's gonna have any better of a time, because he is able to take a creep or two, and man, this reminds me of Reminds me of the time in which you could pick Chen mid, take Penitence, you know, buy Dagon, E-Blade Dagon, blow things up in one hit.
Call someone in at the same time. Yeah.
Yep, good old times.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, that was really funny. There was like a blink Chen build for a little while where you'd like blink on top of the Dagon and bring all your summons.
Yeah. It never worked for me. I tried that multiple times, always. Yeah, never looked too great, even
like,
with the 4 centaurs.
It's like a bootleg version of a Meepo. It's just a lot of work.
Pretty much. So one good thing for Secret here is no matter who lanes versus Underlord, you should be fine because Chen is mid, right? So you're tiny, he has his tree to work with, so he'll be able to last it. And Ursa should have a good time top lane as well. He is playing versus an Ember who's melee, but there's some outplay potential on both sides.
I've seen Yapsor trying to do some ward scanning shenanigans. I've seen some people cut that tree to check for that high ground ward.
Yeah. So you either cut that tree, check for that high ground ward, or you move behind that one over there to check for any lane ward.
Yeah, any of the ones
on the Radiant side. Yep.
But there he is. He takes the range creep immediately.
I'm gonna help him out a little bit with harassing the Viper at least. The only...
Okay, it's Secret pausing. I was kind of hoping it was Nigma pausing. Be like, oh wait, hold on. Of course, that would not be allowed.
Let's think about this, guys. Let's switch up these lanes. Okay, so one thing that's problematic maybe here for Zai is that he did take the range creep, right? So a lot of experience.
I had the same thought there.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, is that good?
Yeah. He's gonna lose a lot of experience and might give Viper a lot of experience too if he does manage to take that out. So could be problematic.
I saw some lines drawn there from Kuro. He did this one. He did the Swaparino, which would make sense because I'm sure they would probably rather have the Underlord mid, obviously. Now this is Secret's pause again, so no flame that Nigma's making calls here. That's completely fine.
Yeah, the question is, so Ursa on the top lane with Puppy, if he was versus Kotl and Ember alone, he would be able to lane. It's not as good as versus the Underlord, but he would be able to lane. However, with Kuroki being here, it does get a bit difficult. So he's kind of in the jungle as well, trying to find his home.
And he's under a ward too. That's the worst part of it. So they know that he's not making any big shifts, or at least he hasn't, gotten very far. So they're all just pinging the heck out of him.
But don't worry, you have a Chen on your side. He can summon you at least halfway. He can summon you to the mid, and then you choose where to go.
Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to be able to win every matchup because of this, but unfortunately, he's a little busy trying to lane right now. It's like, yeah, I can't really afford a point in that right now, bud.
He has a decent amount of damage on level 156 he starts with, plus the range creep. He's denying quite a few here. Didn't go right.
I swear, these offlaners, man, they're the new mid players. None of the mid players want to play mid anymore.
What's up with Mind Control? Why isn't he here? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know why he's on the side lane. What's he doing?
It's strange, right?
Got demoted again, I guess. Puppy. Zip his way back.
Yeah, they did switch things up again, so Ursa is bottom, but don't tell me Mind Control is just gonna run. Is that really happening? Okay, but if he does run, will he go mid or top lane?
He'll go mid.
There's no way you send an Underlord on the way to top with his not even 300 movement speed.
God, I love and hate that this has become such a common thing. But yeah, there we go. All right. So now Zai, he's level 2 and he's saving the point, so he just calls mid now, right?
Yeah, he calls mid and he can move down bottom, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, that should be the play.
Yeah, and then if there's a reversal, then you just
actually bottom lane.
Oh, this would be a bad turn of events for him. I just wanted to come to lane. Oh, that's a problem.
This is such a problem because now he has to TP, right?
Yeah,
and
now
once he TPs, he's stuck. Yeah.
That explains why they weren't calling the Ursa right away, huh?
Mm-hmm. One big thing for Nigma, however, is the fact that Puppy might die here.
Oh yeah, that was a good nightmare. Secured.
And also Nisha is only level 1, so it's a really hard lane for him to be in.
You have been denied.
Yeah, Nisha Tiny. All right, so where does a Tiny go this game in terms of like what are his objectives and why did they pick this hero? I mean, pretty good targets for burst damage, right? Between like the Ember and the Coddle, like if you can catch him off guard on the side lanes or something.
He's pretty fine in that way. He could still go for the greedier build and go for just a right click, right? SMY or whatnot into AC or something like that. It's also fine, but Blink Dagger is definitely what they need because they will be pushing with Shen early on, right? And then you want these heroes that are able to jump in the backlines, catch.
Oh, bottom again, Weehaw getting kind of low. And that forces the TV. So now they've broken up that pressure onto Nisha. This is something that Secret really needed. And to make sure that Tiny catches up here because he's only at 3 last hits right now. Oh, even misses that deny too. Oh, she's rough up here.
Loki, he's just messing with Zai a bit. But dude, does it feel good to have the frost armor on this early on?
Yeah, seriously.
Still, yeah, he has a lot of poison stacks on him. Needs to be careful. Oh, did he refresh them? No, he didn't.
And then meanwhile the supports are just running mid because it's the 4-minute mark here. And oh, again, Zidane bomb, though. 4 stacks, 3. He's good. He basically counteracts it with the headdress and the
Yapsor gets a DD. It should be fine. Kuro has the sleep, gets away.
And yeah, I'm wondering what Weeha's going to build this game too. I've seen this MKB rush from the Vipers lately. Looks pretty strong.
Really?
Yeah, like usually when they're running into the mid though, but it's because like the magic damage stacking, right?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Actually, that's such a greedy build for a Viper to go for. But I guess he could in this kind of a game. He could be their most important right clicker, right? You have the Ember, if he goes for Dazzle and something like that, it could be solid.
It's very dependent on your teammates, of course. As you're saying. I mean, that's kind of the benefit of the Viper, I feel like, is you can just build anything on this hero.
Let's just wait for him to get a couple of raid bans first and then talk about
some
the
things
real
are very
progression.
important, you know?
Yeah.
I've usually seen like a couple Wraith bans and then boots and then like 17-minute MKBs a couple times. Poppy
it's not like he needs...
who wants it? Who's getting the kill?
That's a permanent atrophy damage for mind control, +3, feels good.
Oh yeah, true.
It's not like he needs to really buy utility for his team because he does have an Underlord, right? And because of that, he doesn't need any Greaves, anything like that. You could still go for a couple of raid bans into... I don't know. Hood isn't that great.
Oh, Puppy's back up top here as they start diving on Nisha. Throws down the Avalanche though, it'll be okay, but that's a lot of damage and mana wasted for a team that has quite a bit of renewables here with the help of the Coddle. As Crow's also chasing after Zai with a potential Nightmare, but Yapsor's coming through too. Now Weehaw, another Toxin drop down, the breaks there, but easy damage on the Crow. So he falls and Zai's just going to TP out, the ultimate answer to the Viper player. Just sadly walks away. 5 damage.
He's dead.
Yep. Cool guys don't look at kills.
Yeah, this did have those tranquils that should work. Mid lane mind control.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's gonna walk down here, but Kuro's coming, so it should be okay.
Yeah, he might even fall here though. There's 7 Fury swipes on mind control. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's scared. Oh jeez. Oh, he's scared.
I guess that's 1 extra stack of Fury swipes on him, but not enough experience for that level 6. Doesn't have Enrage, because of that you can't really kill him. 2 items that I really see that could be really great for Viper are Atos and Force Staff as well, right? So to be able to just get away or some extra catch.
I actually love the Atos build on Viper. I feel like I don't get to see it as much anymore, but it's just it lets you be so active early on. It's crazy.
It's so good with the Underlord, right? He actually has the Greaves queued up.
Oh yeah, true. Zai's gonna get ulted here down from Weehaw, so they're looking for a quick kill. At the same time in the mid lane, they're also looking for mind control. Matsu gonna dive all the way under. GH comes through, but he does not have the blinding light, so there's no chance of a save. And Yapsor will escape too, so a 1-for-1s here.
He did a really good job there to dodge the 8 Remnant from Yapsor, but yeah, you can't escape the Ursa now with Power Treads. He has a Windlace being shipped to him as well. I'm just wondering who's going to be that real win condition here on the side of Secret. Is Nisha demoted from that because he's had such a poor laning stage, or
Yeah, I
Is there a
kind of feel like he
yeah.
is. I feel like you let Matu go for like the
Battle Fury.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look
And
at
he
Zai,
try
by
and
the
make
way.
plays with the puck as the tiny.
This is so crazy good for him. He's level 5 Shen, but he's still able to farm the Ancients. That opens up the map so much for them. But he doesn't have to lane at all. Yeah.
Gets these pretty fast to the team too. GH in trouble here from Matu. My controller's just trying to stand next to him and help. That's an invis move he really needs, and he will just pop it.
Is under attack.
No sentries there. That hurt.
It's a problem. He's actually going for the Illuminate, right? He's doing it because he's playing versus Chen. It's pretty good. And also you get more farm. If you're a position 4 Kotal, you get way more farm if you max out Illuminate, but it's so bad versus Ursa. If he gets close, you're just done.
Bold and sweet.
You can really
Radiant's
do.
middle tower is under
Yeah, so
attack.
moves down bottom with Zai. He's got the point for the Hand of God. Isn't taking it yet though. See if they can get Curl. And a hot 4 there, but now they're just going right onto Zai. He just can't step too close, even with his whole army there. Gonna try and turn with the Penitence onto Weehaw. They get easy right click damage to finish off with a toss. Another TP in, this time it's Miracle. Moves on to his brother in the Void Spirit. Yaps are trying to get the distance there with the damage reduction, but there is more remnants to come. Miracle hops over and moves right over to Nisha, but he gets the chakra, so he's got another set of the sight in the bowl, but it's still a lot of HP to work through. 1580 max HP at level 7 right now, by the way. As well as 15 armor. Wow. Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, actually he went for 2 rings of protection, like what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't see that as well. By the way, that fight went a bit poor for Secret because they were summoning Ursa in. So Matu didn't really want to TP in him on his own. Zai was teleporting him, but he died way too soon. And because of that, Matu didn't ever join.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And they've kind of kept the same heroes lingering around down bottom. GH, Crow, and Miracle. Closing on the 10-minute mark. Puts up top. It's slowed by Secret. Except moving on to Nisha. He's out of mana. Dropping a little bit low here, but they don't have the final damage. And now it's Matu coming from the left. Yapsor from the north. This Miracle again drops in onto Nisha. Looking for that additional damage. The Remnant back through. He wants to get that bounty room, but he's a little bit too early. So Matu will grab it. Each team looks like...
Matu?
Oh, they actually stole that outpost too. Nice play there up top from Weehaw.
Yeah, Matu actually gets the other bounty too, because Ember, he needed to run down the stairs. Matu jumps over the hill.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of over the hill, Yapsar gets up. Miracle went the whole way across though. Misses the avalanche though, so they'll catch him with a slight. Now Matu coming back through, but there's a chakra once more. This combo is just a little too good.
Will he toss him?
Yeah,
Nah, he won't.
send me.
They chill out a little bit. Actually, what Tiny is going for, he had it queued up from the beginning of the game. It's just a casual trumps. So some utility. You'll be able to move a bit faster. You have the chat as well there that's going to finish off that Helm of Dominator. So they're going for all these little small bits and pieces that will make their team a lot stronger in the mid game.
They're kind of doing the same thing too. Like Weehaw's got 1 Wraith Band, 1 Bracer, and he's just sitting on his 1 and his raindrops. You know, not committing to anything at this point. Just getting very available for action. This current item says Puppy steals that range creep. Very nice.
Yeah, it's the build when you don't really know what you want to buy.
Yeah.
You buy Braid Band, the Bracer, and then you think for the next minute or two.
He's got time.
Yeah, 4 staff. It was 8 also 4 staff pretty much on B. That would be the most game changing.
Up top this time again. Last time Zai got punished pretty hard for this, but he's got backup this time. So lots of heroes here. No coil left actually. Probably burns his mana, but they're not going to need it. They'll throw out the ulti too.
They didn't really summon anyone as well, so it was just the 3 of them.
They aren't holding bottom though. Miracle's just in behind. They pop up the glyph, but Nisha's busy in the jungle up top. And they're just going to take this tier 1 with plenty of time to defend up top as well if they'd like.
I think that was all without the Dominator, right? They didn't have... yeah, that's just chance creeps. They didn't have Helm of Dominator before that. It becomes a little bit trickier now. I suppose what Zai will go for next is Vlad's. Maybe Greaves, but Vlad's are so good here. You have Ursa, you have Tiny.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, hey look, a bounty room.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, the mech's there from Micro. Again, it's another in
Radiant's
his room.
courier has been killed.
Just in case. The exact same spot.
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
now we have the 5 creep army from Zai.
Yeah.
He's playing versus an Underlord, but does it really matter? The
And
Ember
an Ember
Spirit's
too,
probably,
though, to be fair, with Chakra. Like, he can kind of slice and dice through. It's kind of funny how you'll see Ember players abuse it too, where they end up, on the one hand, you're immune for a long time as they hop right on the GH in the tree line, they drop the coil. He doesn't go for the snap though, he's gonna try and do the dipsy doodle, run around in a circle, knows he'll die, he goes for the snap, he's trying to waste their time, and GH does survive long enough. Meanwhile, Puppy goes right into the root. Excellent
Yeah, they gripped him.
counterplay.
They gripped him as well. They rooted him and used the grip, which is a pretty long cooldown for Puppy. The Absor did manage to survive, so if you're secret, you're kind of alright with that, because they used grip, they used Will-O-Wisp, and those are extremely long cooldowns.
Although, they already took your bottom tower, and now you have a big aura mic control coming for your top one too.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. The objectives aren't really that great for Secret, they are just trading so far. I mean, it's alright, but considering they're playing the Shen, it could be a bit better.
It feels like they're a little behind on both the, mostly the Tiny, and then it's just Ursa as a matter of, I'm buying a Battle Fury. Like, he's not really behind, of course, he's top of net worth, he's having some pretty good timings, but he doesn't necessarily want to get that involved right now, unless they're really well set.
Yeah, he doesn't use this network. That's what you're saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
he has a lot of network, but he doesn't use this gold. And even after he does finish that Battle Fury, it's mostly to
Puppy
just
got
chill
too
a bit.
close up top here. Forces out another coil. Puppy really wants to keep these for offensive purposes, but they're going to bring him to the TP. See if they can get down Miracle. And all the killing spree, he's going to jump back out. A little bit of a disaster, but at least they can deny from Nisha coming through.
Done.
And Kuro gone too. Alright, sick plays.
That's
back
another-
to mid lane as well. They have a root onto Yapsor, but it's just
Dire's
MC,
middle
so
tower
Yapsor
is
will
under
get out.
attack.
Yeah, that's another deny though, right? No, on the top lane, I think so.
Yes, it was.
So they denied 2 out of 3 tier 1 towers so far, which is pretty good for Secrets as well.
Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. At the very least, though,
Okay,
keeping the tier 1s like in the mid lane here too, and the bot is really good versus Puppy. It's like the way that he tries to play, like it feels like the longer you keep your tier 1s, the better, right?
Yeah, he can't creep skip you constantly, right? It's strong.
Although he does just go to the tier 3 sometimes, so who knows? Matsu runs into the wrong neighborhood as there's 3 heroes up here. He has to pop the ulti for the damage reduction and the sass resistance. Not very good versus the Fiend's grip though, but it's already ended, so and he's dead.
It's good that they committed the grip there, but
Yeah.
then again, you're thinking Zai, he's level 8, he still doesn't have Hand of God. Maybe that's going to be
Right
helpful.
there is what happens with the Slight versus the Chen. Will Miracle get out is the question? No, he's dead. So it goes 2 ways. On the one hand, you could be invulnerable for a long time. On the other hand, they had so much time to actually close in on where he slighted. Because of
Centaur
the
stop.
nice toss on the Centaur. Gonna catch Weehaw, the 8th remnant back. Got the damage from the Chen creeps coming through. The sleep from Crow trying to help out. Crow's a big water now. He's trying to tank some damage so you can go over the ulti. And now MC coming through. Additional damage. Another toss. Sending in Kuro onto Puppy. Puppy's just trying to kill a courier. He's just doing his own thing here. Sends an aura back. Will jump to it, but he walks right in to his death as Kuro takes the brain sap for the kill. Now another 2-man root out there. Nisha in here with Zai. The toss out. I'll save you, he says. And there's another Centaur stop here. Trying to come back through, and it's Matu. The stalk can help maybe secure a kill, but no, can't get it in time. Kuro gonna feed his body in, trying to get the final kill. Zai can't get it. Now Nisha in trouble too. Toss back once more. How many tosses does this guy have? Unfortunately, it's not enough to save his life.
Matsu?
Miracle. Yeah, he's trying to hunt Matsu. He's not going to find us. They head back over to the west. The Yapsor's there. It's actually not as far deep as I thought. Yeah, now Matsu's back in here. Miracle gets some help though. More shockers. Oh, but the 8th attack maybe it's enough damage in time. No, quite. It is there. They will get the kill. So a little bit too aggressive here from Niggas. They're going to lose 2 more heroes.
Yes, that was
they were hoping.
so unfortunate for them. Yeah, it looked like they might find Ursa there and make him die twice in a row, which would be so huge as he just has finished that Battle Fury. He just purchased it, right? And if you kill him twice in a row, like he's just not utilizing his network at all. But he manages to kill the Ember, and it's the other way around. It really happens. Now this Ember that bought drums, that's trying to get the Desolator, has been pretty much just fighting and dying for the last 2-3 minutes.
Now,
GH.
yeah, he's trying to hold on to this tower. This is a risky blast because you know they're gonna come for you.
Look at that Kobold. Look at that Kobold just scouting him out.
I think easy peasy there. So, Miracle's still running at them. Mind control's here too. It looks like they kind of want to fight this. Matu driven back. They don't have the Viper, which I feel like would be the big hero to try and bring into this engagement, but it is enough to send Seeker packing back over the dire side.
Yeah, I guess we have decided a little bit to chill and just get some of his farm because...
That's a lot of damage on the Zai though.
Alright.
Matu hops in again. He's been so aggro this game, but it's worked out for him so far. He's now 7-2-2 as he moves on to Mind Control 2, gets the damage, and there's even more on the Miracle. They're all dead! Again, they're just coming back out towards Secret. Maybe this will be the turn that they need. Nisha having a bit of a rough one this one, it feels like. Having a hard time getting involved besides those big tosses, so he's going to fall. But Matu, he wants a little bit more onto the Viper. The silence there, and Yapsor with the double kill.
Yeah, I was just saying how we is trying to maybe chill a little bit and find some farm, you know, dodge these fights because he has a Viper. At least if you're an Ember, you're mobile, you can move across the map, you can still fight and get some farm even if it goes poorly for you. As a Viper, if you lose a couple of these early game engagements, the game just feels so bad. And you can see he moved away from the force, he went for the Dragon Lance.
Oh, well, meanwhile,
really
we'll get a kill back though, as Miracle just finds Zai in the jungle and is trying to get another catch on the Yapsor too. There are additional heroes here. They also have a Dream Coil too. Well, you know Matu's thirsty. He wants another kill. He hops in right on top and he's leashed. He is in trouble and it's gone for the Ember Spirits. They are just trying a little too hard right now.
Yeah, and Kuro, okay, he should be fine. The Centaur is a bit too slow to get him. But you really see the reasoning why Puppy goes for Puck if he has that first pick versus Ember, right?
Yep.
If Nigma gets the Ember instantly, the Puck instead of the Weaver. That's how Secret likes to answer. And that leash is just so strong. He has not only the leash, but not only the leash, you have the silence as well, right?
Yeah, and they're so good at utilizing this. Like that's the whole point of the Coddle Ember. You see a lot of teams do this because you can just play like a madman on the Ember, right? And it feels like nothing can touch you or stop you, but then you run into a leash like this, and there's not a lot of leashes in the game. We got like 3, I think, between like Grim, Slark, and Puck. So when you find one of these counter picks like that, it's a real problem.
Yapsor, they're trying to fight here.
Yeah, they're going to try it one more time. Another 8-ton on the Miracle. Coddle's here to keep giving them the chakras.
Okay, so they have the coil again in... Okay, remember what we were talking about, Puppy? There he is, under the tier 4, not even tier 3.
Yep.
He's
all
running
the way back.
There you go.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Just wait for the
attack.
creep wave here next time. You know, don't mess with the tier 2 and tier 3. Go all the way back. He's just pushing his limits. Yeah.
Yep. Back at the bounty runes. Secret will take them now a 6k lead, as it has been an extremely chaotic game so far. I'm thinking most teams do not have their neutral items here. They've just been running at each other.
BKB
We got
completes
all
it.
4 done very quick for Secret. They've been really good about that, I find. Like in terms of the neutral items, it feels like every time they have theirs within like a minute and a half, and then they just smoke like this.
It really looks like they don't want another 70-minute game. Smoke up with the BKB with the Echo Saber instantly into the pit. They want this Aegis, and it's...
Miracle's got a haste rune and a pretty good angle here. I'm not sure if they know he's here. Alright, well, now they definitely do. They ping him up on the high ground. Miracle coming through. Meanwhile, down in the river, the Will-O-Wisp going. Crow's trying to play inside of it, but the Aegis has been claimed. No sneak in this Roche. Another coil onto Miracle. I think you just want to disengage here if Secret and reset. Take a fight when you actually have the coil and not versus a hasted Ember. As they sit up on the high ground. Now there's the root 2. Checking to try to do it. Oh, he gets some low, but there's a little bit of kill there for Miracle. Try to keep alive.
They kill him.
2 gets in, and he's going to get out. Alright, now back over though onto Kuro. They might not have killed Miracle. In fact, they're going to wind up getting him anyway.
Why does he go back in?
I don't know.
He had the
I don't
remnants
see
on the
what
side.
what were they hoping to achieve?
All right. Well, he didn't achieve it. That's for sure. He just dies.
Like
did you see the way? Did you see the way they set up a trap around Puck? So Puck is asleep, right, because of the Bane, and you can see that Ember will try to go in for the kill. There's no Dream Call, but they put all the creeps around Puck, and if Ember approaches, he's going to be stomped and ensnared and silenced.
Yeah, it was just kind of strange in terms of, like, it felt like the rest of the team didn't want to go in from Nigma. They just kind of backed away.
You did say that Scotland makes Ember play like a madman, so...
He's taken that to heart. a little too seriously, I feel.
It definitely has.
Oh, all right. I mean, the other games, Secret were not this far behind, but they found ways to cut, and they kind of have those heroes in like the Coddle and the Ember, but those two heroes also want to play together the whole time, so it is a rough spot here for Nigma. They need like a big will-o-wisp play with everyone kind of on the same page.
Yeah. The thing is, all of these big ultis of theirs and big AoE spells don't work that well. Mind Control?
Yeah, he's just trying to walk into his own high ground. What are you guys doing here? Well, it's a support duo. Except not really a support duo, because it's a core champ, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, Mind Control, he managed to survive, so looks like their little gang plan didn't work out too well, but Fierce is here too. He's popping the BKB. This guy still has an Aegis. I don't know if you want any part of this, but they'll get one kill, and finally they can take a fight on their own turn.
They cancel.
Trying to get the retreat. They're still holding that high ground though. Yeah, they're going to try and run back into this one. There's a coil snapped already onto Miracle and a silence onto 4, but they do get another kill. Nisha's down. Matsu goes back in though. Still has that Aegis. Still feeling strong. Got a couple of stacks onto Miracle. Wants a 4 hit there, but he knows if he chases, he's just going to jump away. So he goes back to Curl instead, grabs that kill. And now moving back, it's Miracle. How many stacks did he get? Oh, Miracle's in. He's out. Doesn't want to die. Unfortunately, they're going to lose Mind Control though. And again, a fight that kind of looked like maybe they had something. Doesn't really go their way. They'll get the Aegis. Zai still nearby.
That's, oh my god, that's like the perfect positioning for you if you're Nigma. That's the perfect position to fight in, because your Underlord survives, the Pit of Malice is pretty much covering the whole entrance of Team Secret, so they have to move gradually through it. Then you have this Kotl that's able to blinding light them back into the Pit of Malice, and it's still not enough. It's still, it just looks like Matu is running them down with his bear, and he doesn't even a blink or a basher yet.
Yeah, his items are insane. He has BKB, Basher, and Battle Fury at 23.
Yeah, it's flying out, right? Yeah, it's flying out to him.
Unbelievable. He's at 14.2k, so it's not that shocking, but damn. He's also almost level 20, by the way. This guy's got like the Meepo levels of experience right now. Holy moly, as they say.
Yeah, he just got so many of these pickoffs in the mid game, and he wasn't dying. Ember Spirit died every time.
How many kills did he get like in here? It was just a graveyard of Nigma heroes. Meanwhile, there's another coil in the mid lane. Miracle goes for the snap. They're going to blinding light the back. Puppy hops in for the silence, and the team is held back by the Will-O-Wisp. But this is all being used instantly. Someone tagged in the remnant. Oh, Curl can't get there in time, and now he's just going to die too. They're trying their best here, but even without Matu, they can just commit to these fights. They get great reach and range to catch these heroes, and they can chain stun them down after. Now they move on to the structures.
You would think that this team fight of theirs that they've got going, like your Kotl, your Viper, your Pit of Malice, another Toxin in the Pit of Malice would be so good, but they're unable to just be together to use everything properly.
Just a tough one. Real tough right now.
Don't underestimate the damage from Zai as well, by the way. Because of the Helm of Dominator and the Medallion, these creeps shred through anything. You saw how fast Underlord died in the last engagement.
They're also just not dying either. Like they're very frustrating creeps to deal with. Because the Ember can't like waste all his time on them.
I mean, Ember doesn't even have that Desolator completed, so he needs to waste a lot of time to kill any of those creeps.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Puck has that dagger.
We're at Ruin down here. On the Mind Control. It's a slow one. And yeah, Puppy's just concerned with Weehaw. He's like, alright, I'm gonna hold on this guy. Gonna try and finish off. The Underlord with the ulti though, I think he's good. Oh no! It was so close. And now Weehaw's been held in place. Puppy sacrificed his life for this one. But I think, actually, I don't even know if that trade's worth it. No, of course it is, but still feels a little bit bad, I'm sure.
He's still worth less than we. Like, Miracle gets 360 gold, and they got 280 from me, so it's definitely worth it.
And Yasser has this Yule, so Miracle has to be careful. He's going to move around to his ally instead and just go for GH. The one who powers the Ember Spirit. GH moves back though. Now they have the Team Script, but it's going to get canceled. The toss up there on the Kuro. Yicha still has the tree here too if he tries to get the high ground, and he's going to blink on him. I'm not tucking anything away here. I want my tree. And, well, Matsu just hangs it under a tier 3, because why not? Might go kill tier 2 sometime.
Yabzor creates so many plays with this Void Spirit. He's just constantly sitting somewhere so far behind.
Radiant
It's like
structures
they know they need a fight here. They have the Viper Strike here. If they can hold someone in place, it can't be Nisha. They're committing the Will-O-Wisp here. They say this has to be our chance. Housback won't do anything. So, that's going to be a decent amount here for them, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a pretty good kill. They defend the tier 2 as well. One of the so there's an upside and the downside to Yabs are constantly diving. Upside is you're getting these extra bonus kills. Downside is you're not really as focused on objectives and taking towers. Because of that, it gives an opportunity. Yeah. Enigma, they take that chance. They TP back to the tower and they kill off Tiny. So that was pretty solid.
Oh my god, the items just keep on coming though. He drops the symbols and picks up an Abyssal Blade. Ready for more. Spares no clown.
I love his neutral items as well. Like getting that Vampire Fangs.
Oh, yeah.
He did leave the repair kit in the jungle. So
that's okay. I don't think their structures are getting hit this game. I think they're good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a donation the enemy caught us here. As mind control, speaking of neutral items, we'll find himself a Mind Breaker. Maybe something could mess up Yapsor, depending who gets it. Miracle has the Deso complete.
That's a small power spike for them, but it, I think at least, is the step in the right direction. There is the dagger on Tiny as well.
Yeah, another minute until the Roche is up. Oh, it's so scary to be anywhere right now on this map. I'll wait for tier 2s. Just the blinking Tiny, the blinking puck.
Oh, so close. That was so ridiculously close. He does manage to get out, and also he does have the bow, so that's pretty good for a tier 2 item. He doesn't even need the tier 3 one, I think. It's just way too good on him.
The magic damage is just too helpful. And
attack range, attack speed as well, right? And then the magic damage on top of all of that. You remember, like, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months ago, the Whale Viper was so popular. It was one of the best things to go for. You just go Whale Viper. You get
when dead items.
Yeah. When it still gave armor and it was built by the helm.
Tower has fallen.
Yeah, every time someone actually buys a Veil, I have to just check again how depressing it is. It's got like Bassi aura. Alright, well.
It can work on some heroes. Like recently, you could see it picked up by some Phoenix players sometimes. You forget about, but the problem is that recipe is just way too expensive. It's like 1,200 gold.
Yeah, other stuff just feels better build-up wise. They have a illusion in the pit. Scan it for that next Roche. It's still 40 seconds away though. And
they have a halberd as well.
They gotta hope that the Greaves is enough to win this fight. And there it is, the coil onto the Ember, the Abyssal Blade too, and he... Yeah, he dies pretty darn fast. Tried to get the save with the Nightmare. Looks like there's back. No one's getting saved here. Nicely done from Nisha. Oh, that leaves Weehaw behind. Holy moly. Oh, they got the plays. Yeah, you hand that tip right over.
That's 1-star Uber driver. It's one of those that comes back to the wrong spot, you know, and waits for you, makes you walk.
And then they cancel the ride. And then when you reorder, it's the same guy. That is that guy. I hate that guy.
There's like a couple of countries that have known scams in Uber that do exactly that constantly. Like Turkey, I think it's horrible. You don't even want to order it. Roche is up though.
Yeah, they ordered a big old Aegis and a side of fondue. More like fondue, as they're looking for a 3-0 here in the finals. Secret, how are you so good at Dota 2? Well,
Orb of Destruction as well, Nursa. Yeah, he's just having the blast. Cheese as well.
Oh, Shadowblade, sure. Why not? Sounds good. Does Nisha have Shadowblade and 3,000 gold? Or did he sell it? He must have sold it, right?
He sold it.
Yeah,
he went back for the BKB, I guess.
Got a little concern there. Puppy on the bottom lane has a coil onto GH. It's just a matter of time.
Abyssal. That range from Abyssal is just... That's
a big reason why Ursa's broken.
It's a way too big range, really. Like it's crazy. You don't have to go for the blink, right? That's the thing. You're playing an Ursa, you don't need the blink. You just buy that Abyssal and you get both things at the same time. The pressure and the initiating range.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that used to be like a concern for the Ursa, right? It was like, oh, the blink and the basher timing, and like, oh, do you need BKB this game? And now it's just like, haha.
You can get both.
There go Burr. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
Trying to hold these waves back, but again, it's Nisha jumping in, looking for a top play. Can't find it though. Puppy buys this Lotus again to help out.
Has fallen.
Single target focus, right? We got the Bane, got the Viper Strike.
They have the Solar Crest completed, I think, on Chun as well.
Puppy has another coil up here. They've caught Mind Control. He goes for the instant snap. They don't get the taunt in time because of the spider legs. But unfortunately, they're there. Alright, they're smoking out from Nigma, trying to find someone alone here, see if they can catch a fight, but perhaps without an Aegis and a Cheese involved. They need some sort of a pick-off here, as well as some deep wards placed.
Maybe if you kill off these two supports, you can do something with that, but it's
they're so far
difficult.
Back. This looks pretty
Puppy.
red here.
And he gets out. You know, the craziest thing here is you don't expect that move, right? If you're a Puppy, if you're a Puck,
you're probably looking bottom at your allies or something.
Exactly. It's crazy that he actually manages to respond to that in the same second he sees the Bane.
Now, they will be forced to TP back to the bottom lane and help hold against this push coming up from Secret. And Secret just continuing the trend here as Matu also now closing in on level 25. And trying to get himself these camp boost.
Solar Crest also completed on Chun. The BKB, the BKB is there for Tiny. He actually had it around that tier 2 fight, just didn't use it at all yet.
Well, do you think that Secret are going to have any sort of high ground problems here there, Liz?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay, you are playing versus Viper, Kotal, and Underlord, but if he keeps on being picked off on the top lane, Puck is following. Yeah, Puppy found him. Or did he? Did he?
Yeah.
Puppy?
I think this is smart from MC to not just like panic TP. I think he actually has to try and drag this out.
Yeah,
trying to create a fight here. The team is coming. Maybe this is enough with the Will-O-Wisp in the tree line. Are they going to go for it? GH, he's holding. He's not going for it right away. Now he finally drops it in time for Mind Control, but he will eventually fall. Can they actually get the cleanup kills here? They so desperately need this. They get Puppy. Instantly buys back. Did he have an order? Oh no, he's
back.
And now going for the Bane. Got him. No, they don't get the catch. Oh, they did? Yeah. And Puppy hoping to catch someone else here too. Doesn't have a Yules though and no coil, so I guess that won't be
no Yules, no coil. Can't really catch the Ember there, but they do take out the Viper, right? And you take out Underlord too. And they are the most significant aspect of your defense. So high ground.
To break high ground. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. You don't fight high ground. You just find them somewhere else. It looks like.
That's why Puppy just fought back too. I'm sure. Even if he couldn't get the orb buyback Johnson or whatever, it's just like we've opened up high ground by getting these fights way up here.
And they didn't even take down the Aegis. Matu still has it for 14 more seconds. So he can even dive here if he wants to.
Oh, well, diving is the name of the game so far. Abyssal on the Miracle. No assistance. The Blind Light already used the Nightmare. Is going to try and help save him. See if I can get him out. Moves back, but no, he's going to fall. Has a buyback if he wants to try something, but Kuro's dead. Holy moly. Bane going to buy back too. And they're still holding for now. They're not going to give in quite yet. Just going to use the support buyback. Miracle really wants to hold on to his. He wants to be giving enough. He's going to pop. Okay, enough is enough. I got to try something. Matu, 10 seconds away from this Aegis. Perhaps I can find the perfect timing as Kuro's been thrown all the way to the back line there. And so that's going to be a tie back on him. Back onto Miracle. Abyssal back up in 1 second on Matu. If he wants to go for the turnaround play, he jumps back towards his team. Can I get some assistance here? There goes the Aegis. They've waited on the timing. They know the stacks are there, but oh, wait, ladies and gentlemen, let me have a little bit of cheese. As he hops in onto a double kill for Matu. And Mind Control attempts a TP out. He's going to fall down. The Uber's got a flat once more. And a triple kill for Matu. He's going to seal this one. As Team Secret, the predictions were true. The script was right. It's all been told before. It is a 3-0 once again here for Team Secret. These guys they're on a whole other level on the current tournament scene.
Yeah, that pretty much solidifies the tier scene as well when it comes to the EU, right? You have the Secret that's pretty much the champions, the kings. Then you have Nigma and Liquid kind of sharing that second and third spot there. But man, Secret, the first game, they win it with an Aghanim's Refresher Luna. The second game, they get 2 Rapiers and they just defend high ground 70 minutes in. And then this last game, they just crushed them. So every single game was kind of played in a different style, but they just outplay Nigma in each one of those as well, and just play their strategy to the maximum. It's hard to win against this team. If you're Nigma, if you're Liquid, if you're